In 2024, AEW has introduced fresh talent and given significant pushes to stars like Will Ospreay, Mariah May, Kazuchika Okada, Swerve Strickland, and others. However, amidst AEW's vast roster, several individuals have not been as fortunate this year, due to factors such as minimal TV appearances, poor creative direction, or other issues. These wrestlers appear to have been overlooked. It seems Tony Khan has lost interest in investing effort into their booking or overall presentation.
Professional wrestling is my life!
Lucha Bros. In 2024, it came to light that WWE was reportedly planning to sign Rey Fenix and Penta. However, for now, AEW still has them under contract. With their future seemingly set in WWE, Tony Khan has chosen to limit their usage in AEW. As one of AEW's original duos, their apparent lack of a future in the company is disappointing for fans who have followed their journey since AEW's inception. Scorpio Sky was among AEW's first breakout stars. But over time, due to a mix of injuries and creative stagnation, he has gradually fallen out of favor. Despite a vignette teasing his return, Scorpio Sky ultimately did not make a comeback to AEW programming in 2024. Though he remains fit and active, competing in other promotions, it's clear that he is no longer part of Tony Khan's plans for AEW. Wardlow's career in AEW has been a cycle of brief momentum, followed by a slide back down the card, and 2024 has been no exception. He worked his way up to challenge for the AEW World Championship earlier in the year, but fell short and quickly faded into the background again. This year, his presentation has been underwhelming, with Wardlow reduced to a mere afterthought within the poorly executed Undisputed Kingdom faction. At this point, Wardlow might benefit from exploring opportunities elsewhere, as his skill set seems tailor-made for WWE. While there's still time to turn things around for him in AEW, action needs to be taken swiftly to salvage his potential. Danhausen remains one of AEW's most beloved personalities. But since his return from injury, he has been largely absent from television. It seems as though Tony Khan may be letting Danhausen's contract quietly run its course, as his lack of usage suggests otherwise. Fans have noticed Danhausen's activity on X, where he has liked comments critical of AEW and Tony Khan, fueling speculation about a potential rift. While this may not reflect the full story, the fact remains that Danhausen has been completely sidelined with no TV time to speak of. Jake Hager. Throughout nearly his entire AEW tenure, Jake Hager was a constant presence alongside Chris Jericho in various factions. However, following the dissolution of the Jericho Appreciation Society, Hager has been noticeably absent from AEW programming. Despite his wealth of experience and occasional entertaining moments, Tony Khan seemed to lose interest in Hager in 2024, limiting him to only a handful of appearances. He wasn't even utilized to elevate other talent, and it was ultimately revealed that he had departed from the company. Ortiz attempted to branch out into singles competition in AEW, but his run has been underwhelming. A feud with his former tag partner Santana failed to gain traction for either wrestler, with Santana ultimately departing AEW altogether. Since the conclusion of that feud, Ortiz has been completely absent from AEW programming, with no sign of involvement in any capacity. This situation highlights yet another instance where Tony Khan has seemingly overlooked a talent, allowing their career momentum to fade away. The Righteous. In late 2023, the Righteous were starting to build momentum, even securing a high-profile match against MJF on an AEW pay-per-view. However, since that moment, they have been relegated to the background and lost in the shuffle. Their alliance with Lance Archer has added little value to anyone involved, and despite their strong look and presentation, they fail to come across as a legitimate threat. It's clear that Tony Khan moved on from the Righteous as an act far too quickly. Preston Vance. While part of the Dark Order, Preston Vance displayed impressive charisma and personality. However, since leaving the group and turning heel, his run has been inconsistent. Despite delivering solid performances in the matches he's had, his television appearances have been sparse. This lack of focus has caused his promise and potential to be squandered, which is unfortunate given his natural in-ring talent and the clear progress he has shown in his limited opportunities. The Dark Order. In 2021, the Dark Order was one of AEW's most popular factions, and it seemed like they had a bright future ahead in the company. However, the situation has drastically changed, and now they struggle to maintain any significant presence on TV. 2024 has been their worst year yet, with the faction being relegated to ROH and wrestling in dark matches before AEW events. Despite their charisma and deep history in AEW, it's clear that the Dark Order is an act Tony Khan has moved on from and given up on for quite some time now. Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks was once seen as one of AEW's rising stars, with plenty of promise and charisma. However, in 2024, his momentum seems to have fizzled out. After a brief run with high-profile programs, including a feud with MJF, Starks has struggled to find consistent direction in AEW. Despite his talent and potential, he has been left off TV for long stretches and hasn't been involved in any meaningful storylines. His recent outburst at a GCW event may have signaled the end of his AEW relationship. As we've seen, 2024 has been a year of ups and downs for many AEW talents, with some stars being left behind or sidelined in favor of others. While there's still time for things to change, it's clear that these wrestlers have faced challenges in regaining their momentum under Tony Khan's booking. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.